George Washington, the man who built a nation. Before there was a nation, before there was a constitution, before the idea of democracy took root in the modern world, there was a man not born into royalty, not crowned by kings, but chosen by destiny. His name was George Washington. Born in 1732 in the quiet lands of Virginia, Washington's beginnings were humble. No throne awaited him. No empire was his inheritance. But within him burned something far greater: discipline, resilience, and an unshakable sense of purpose. As a young man, he walked the wilderness as a surveyor, measuring land, studying terrain, unknowingly preparing to one day shape a nation. War would come. The brutal conflict known as the French and Indian War forged his early command. It was here, in the chaos of battle, that Washington learned the price of leadership and the weight of responsibility. Then came the storm that would change the world. The American Revolutionary War, an untested army, a fragile dream, facing the might of Great Britain. And at the center of it all, Washington, through freezing winters at Valley Forge, through hunger, doubt, and near defeat, he did not break. He endured. He led men who had nothing to fight for something greater than themselves: freedom. Then, a moment that would echo through history. A daring crossing, a frozen river, a surprise attack that reignited hope. Against all odds, victory was no longer impossible. And soon, the impossible became reality. A new nation was born, the United States. But the war was only the beginning, because building a nation is far more difficult than winning one. In 1789, the people made their choice. Not a king, not a ruler, but a leader. George Washington became the first president. He defined what leadership would look like, not through power, but through principle. He united a divided people, strengthened a fragile government, and set a standard the world had never seen. And then, at the height of his power, he did something extraordinary. He walked away. No force removed him. No war ended his rule. He chose to step down, proving to the world that true leadership is not about holding power, but knowing when to let it go. His example echoed far beyond America. Across continents, across generations, leaders and revolutionaries looked to his legacy. Men like Napoleon Bonaparte and Simón Bolívar all witnessed the rise of something new, a republic built not on kings, but on the will of the people. In his final years, he returned to Mount Vernon, not as a ruler, but as a citizen. The man who could have been a king chose instead to be remembered as something greater: a founder, a general, a president, but above all, a symbol of courage, of sacrifice, of a nation's first breath. George Washington, the man who didn't just lead a revolution, he defined what a nation could become.